us now, Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council. Tony, welcome. Republicans hitting this issue of immigration hard. Yesterday, we saw them hijack a hearing over book bans to talk about immigration. What do you make of this full court press by Republicans over the border?
Well, this is connected to government funding. I mean, if the Republicans are saying, look, if we're going to fund government, we've got to secure the border. We've got drugs coming across the board, fentanyl's coming across the board. We have open borders that are putting Americans at risk. And as stated earlier, this is no longer just a Republican issue. You've got Democratic mayors that are weighing in on this issue. This is an American issue. We can't be a country without borders.
Tony, as you said, this is an American issue. We see Democrats and Republicans talking about it now. How do you think it's going to play out in the 2024 campaign? Will voters see it as a top issue?
I think it'll be an issue. I don't know that it's going to be the top issue. There's a lot of issues vying to be the top issue. I mean, we've got a lot of problems. When you look at the economy, I mean, any family that goes to the grocery store, I mean, I shop at the grocery store, and you look at there's a sticker shock almost every time you go into the store. Those are driving issues. Those, I don't care what you say about, people say Bidenomics, president says it's working. I don't know who it's working for. It's certainly not working for the American people. So you've got the economic issues. You've got parents who are really, really engaged now with what's happening in our schools, this indoctrination that's taking place with our children, with all the LGBTQ issues that are being really shoved down kids' throats. That's an issue that parents are really being mobilized over. And then, of course, you go on the issue of the sanctity of human life. I think that's going to continue to play out on the political landscape of America.
The Family Research Council's Pray, Vote, Stand Summit is coming up at the end of this week. Tony, what are you most excited this time around?
Well, I think it's actually encouraging. We're going to see several of the Republican presidential candidates are going to be there. Donald Trump's going to be there. Governor DeSantis is going to be there. Mike Pence is going to be there. We're going to hear from Vivek. He's going to be there as well. And I think a couple of others are still talking about coming. But more encouraging is that we've got folks coming from across the country. We're going to have a number of panel discussions on a host of issues that I just mentioned a moment ago. But we've got a number of breakout sessions. So this is not just about hearing speeches. It's about engaging in a conversation, getting tools, knowledge and information to go back home to make a difference. And so there's still room for folks. They can check it out at prayvotestand.org. Love to have them join us this weekend, Friday and Saturday, here in Washington, D.C.
Tony, just a few seconds left. You mentioned former President Trump. He's scheduled to speak on Friday. Polls show that his lead in the Republican field is only widening. Your thoughts on the 2024 presidential campaign so far in just a few seconds?
Well, I think the president has a tremendous track record to run on, and the nation is clearly divided. He is leading an element that's saying, look, I'm going to fight for you, and I think that remains attractive to a lot of Americans.
All right, Tony Perkins with the Family Research Council. Have a great event, and thank you for coming on this evening.
Thanks, Tony.
Always great to be with you guys.